What is the most powerful trait we have? You need power, speed. Let your imagination do the rest.
Undisputed, the Mexican Monster Pack out now.
Boxing King Media, we're here, New York. It's Sunday morning. Hamzah Sheeraz after 1 hour of sleep. I was going to announce you as a certain champion, but I want to announce you as the mandatory challenger to Canelo. That's what you've been announced as today.
It's a better way of putting it, innit? It's a better way of putting it. Alhamdulillah, man. God is great. God is great.
You've only slept an hour. I feel like the first question I should ask you is how many celebrities have slid into your DMs in the overnight?
Do you know what? It's been a bit crazy, to be fair, because the exposure you get out here, the first time fighting here, so it's the first time I've been kind of a witness to it, and it's crazy, bro. The social media is crazy. I just see Shane Mosley follow me. Benavidez sent me a nice message. Yeah, man, it's popping.
Tell me this, in all your fights in the last couple of years, I've always, I followed your career very closely. We've always done some interesting interviews, but this week I felt like you wanted to stay away from that. You didn't want to focus on interviews and content. You just wanted to focus on the fight. When did you make that decision, and why?
It was when I approached fight week, when I entered fight week, because I was up against a loud, brash talker, someone who talks a lot of shit, so it took a lot of mental concentration to stay on the game and not get emotionally involved at all, and that's what I tried to do to like my best, and alhamdulillah it worked out. But the good thing is, you've known me long enough, like you didn't have to ask me and I didn't have to tell you, you just saw it. So yeah, man, thank you for that.
And I felt like I had to respect that, so I didn't want to push it. I want to put one thing to bed. Very short, explain to me your last performance against Carlos Adames. Now that you've had the experience of fighting at a different weight, yeah. Was it, because the people are still questioning this, was it a weight issue or did the occasion get to you, now that you know?
It wasn't the occasion, it was the weight and the hand. Like, everything that could have gone against me went against me. But a massive blessing in disguise, because it geared me up for this fight properly, and I think a lot of the boxing world have put a lot of respect on my name now, because I went straight from that fight to this fight with a change of trainer and with a change of team as well. So yeah, I believed in my ability for sure.
And then the other thing that I found quite funny, I think on your Instagram a couple of days ago, I don't know if it was you or your friend, you posted a video.
I told them to post it because they handle my socials when it closer to the fight and whatnot, and then I see that on TikTok a few years ago, and I've always been meaning to use it, and I thought, you know what, why not now? The most perfect time to do it. I was repping Pakistan all week, and I thought, why not, man? Show them what the game plan is.
Well, that guy that you posted is actually quite a famous TikToker called Cascon Khan, and I got him to send me a video.
Did you?
I've not even seen this, so I'm hoping it's not X-rated, but let's play.
I can't hear it. I think it's on mute.
I think Cascon, you win the fight. Another thing is, big shout out to you for putting my video on Instagram. That video has smashed it. A lot of people told me what's going on. I go out and see it myself. Till I seen it, I couldn't stop laughing. And I'm sure you went in that ring. Yes, that guy, this Cascon.
He's a proper motivational speaker. He is, isn't it? I should listen to that before the fight, bro.
You should. He's quite funny. He's a good character.
No, I
but
appreciate that.
and do you feel like people have forgot you win over Amo Williams? There's a lot of talk of Berlanga, but the win of Amo Williams, Amo's a serious fighter. People have kind of forgotten that.
Yeah, do you know it was after the Adames fight? Everyone just concentrated on that fight because it was the only kind of blip in my career. And normally that's the case. I think no one ever remembers the good you do, they remember the bad you do. So it's boxing, it's life. At the time it was tough. But now I always said it. I said after this Berlanga fight, I'll be the next best thing in boxing again, and that's what I am now currently.
Indeed. And then in them final moments, we talked about it last night. I want to ask you this. You said, you went on your knees straight away. Explain to somebody that doesn't understand fighters, how do you go from within 5-second period from wanting to smoke someone to feeling emotional to almost wanting to cry? What happens?
It's a sense of it's like a sensory overload, because you've been working 9-10 weeks on this one guy you're going to fight, on this one game plan you've been putting into place. And you know, all them hours you've put in 10 weeks, they could potentially go wrong, or they could potentially not go to plan. So as soon as it pays off, and especially with all the added pressure, do you know what I mean? All the added pressure. And I knew that after this fight, providing I got the win and got it in good fashion, because I met Turkey on Monday, my life would change after this, like genuinely change. And alhamdulillah, God has blessed me. I only done what was required of me physically. The rest spiritually, and the rest, everything else is God's plan, alhamdulillah. Everything else is God's plan, and He blessed me yesterday.
You looked outside the ring. I think you told me off camera yesterday you saw all these famous names. Just talk to me about that again. You saw all these reactions from people that you've grown up watching.
I remember as soon as I knocked him down, I went to the neutral corner, and I just had a glance over, and I see Andre Berto, Danny Jacobs, Devin Haney. There was a few others as well. Pardon? Crawford, yep. And a few others, Clarissa Shields, and they were all like, it was all like gobsmacked. But yeah, it was pretty funny, to be fair.
There's one thing that Edgar Berlanga did better than you last night. What do you think that is?
Jab. What was it gone?
The ring walk.
Oh yeah, it was a good ring walk, wasn't it? It was a good ring walk. I only said the jab because he had a good jab. He had a very good jab, and he bust my nose up with it. But yeah, I remember being in the ring on his ring walk, and I was like, this guy's taking forever, man. Like, he was taking forever. But he was like, he was in his groove and whatnot, and he had a Fat Joe, and who was the other woman?
I don't know, but I think she was on the song with him. But were you know, it sounds mad, but do you vibe to that when you're hearing that, thinking, oh, this is pretty cool?
Yeah, I went vibing yesterday. I was on him, like, I was like, bro, this is it. Like, as soon as he steps in that ring, this is mine, it's all mine.
Well, I was researching previous occasions where British fighters have come to New York specifically. Obviously, we can go all over America, but the recent examples I can find is Amir Khan came against Paulie Malignaggi, a brash talk in New Yorker.
Yeah.
Nazim Hamed against a brash talk in Kevin Kelly.
I watched it when Naz came to New York. I actually watched it the other day for like inspiration. And yeah, what an amazing documentary! What an amazing guy. The same with Khan. They've previously both come over here and dominated the locals here, the New Yorkers here, and I just had to kind of follow both their blueprints, and that's what I done.
Yeah, indeed you did, man. And obviously you won in emphatic fashion, and a lot of the trends I've been reading online is, I find it interesting how you're kind of, I don't know if you see this, but you're uniting people around the world, people from different backgrounds, cultures, the way you come across. People are kind of seeing you as like almost like a global ambassador. You feel that within yourself?
No, it's good, because I've always said, like, boxing is just a platform for me. It's my job. It's my job. And that's why I never get involved personally in the fights, never get involved emotionally, because at the end of the day, what I'm doing is I'm providing for my family, I'm providing for myself, and then at the same time I'm using it as a platform to change other people's lives, and to, like you said, unite people, and just to be the best human I can be.
That's beautifully put, man. And with regards to one of the things I picked up in the build-up of this fight, I just want you to quickly tell me a little scenario, because you said about within, I think 10 years ago, you didn't have a penny to scratch your ass with. You were skint, and you know, God blessed you now. You know, you're doing really well. Try and make somebody understand 10 years ago how your life's changed. Give me a scenario. How hard was it? It's easy saying it.
It's hard to explain, because everyone's got this assumption that I'm the kid who's been given the silver spoon all his life, and because I've got the backing of His Excellency, I've got it easy. Not that this is like a feel sorry for me plea, because it's not, but if that was the case, I wouldn't be a boxer. I wouldn't have the hunger to do what I do. I'd be choosing something else. You know what I mean? I'd be choosing something a lot easier. And yeah, man, there were like dark times. There were dark times from when I was a youngster. But it's shaped me into the man I am today, and I can't thank God enough for that.
You know, see, dark times is a broad thingy. Maybe you can give me like a little thing.
Example, like when I was younger, twice my old man went to prison, and then I was about 15, 16. We could barely afford the like food and whatnot. It's these little things, honestly. And then I had to stop boxing for a bit, get a job. And then yeah, man, it's just, you know, seeing these little things, seeing your mother struggle, seeing your sisters struggle, seeing your your brother struggle, seeing like the immediate family in the household going through what you're going through at the time and still trying to remain strong. And yeah, that's why I always like thank my mum a lot as well at the end of the day, 'cause she's a very, very strong woman. I've seen what she's been through. So yeah, big up to Mumsy.
100%. Last two questions for you. And again, I've kind of run this question, but I'm going to get you to elaborate on it. I asked you last time, you ready for the Stardom? So the further part of that question now is, with, what you did last night is going to attract fame, it's going to attract money, and the biggest killer for a lot of men, women.
Yeah.
So you tell me how you're going to deal with that. Because you see, and I've seen a lot of fighters kind of crumble when that comes. It's easy saying you're going to deal with it, but it's going to come your way now. How are you going to deal with that?
I could sit here and say, I'm going to be the perfect human, I'm going to stay away from it all, and this, that, the other. But in all honesty, the answer is I don't know. That's the truth. The answer is I don't know. And I feel like if I continue to have the right people around me, if I continue to educate myself more in Islam, day by day, little by little, and stay grounded, stay praying, it should help me fight the evil away, fight the temptations away, and stay a good man. Not that I'm saying people who do it are bad, but stay a sane man.
It's a fair answer. And last question for you. You are now, it's been announced that you're the mandatory challenger to Canelo. So is that what you want next? Obviously, your team's going to make the decision, but do you feel you're ready for that? Because I'll open up the question a bit, because I spoke to a lot of experts in the build-up to this fight. The only person that told me that you would stop Edgar Berlanga and he was convinced by it was Paulie Malignaggi. Yeah, he said you'd stop him between 6 and 8. Yeah. You did it a bit earlier. And he also said to me, I spoke to him last night because I was saying you got it right. He goes, he thinks you stopped Canelo.
Is that what he said? That's a big statement, that. It's a big statement. One of my boxing heroes, Canelo, just like I said yesterday, for my name to be mentioned in the same sentence as his, for me that's a massive honour. But if I do get the opportunity to fight him, which I should, maybe in 2026, I'd like to have a fight before then, because I don't want to wait for that long. That's too long. But yeah, inshallah, I do get the opportunity to share the ring with him. It won't be a case of what William Skull did. It'll be a case of I'll go in there and I will stand there toe to toe, and if I go out on my shield, I go out on my shield, and if I get the win, inshallah, I'll get the win.
It's a pleasure as always. Thank you for giving me your time this morning. Congratulations on a great win.
The most powerful trait we have. You need power, speed. Let your imagination do the rest.
Undisputed, the Mexican Monster Pack out now.